Hey kindergarten, it's Mr. C, and I am here today with my friend Mr. B. Mr. B, here's his capital B, right? And there's his lowercase b. He's been missing you guys so much lately, he wanted to come and join me today to do some letter practice with you. So, first, he wanted to make sure that you remembered what makes him special. What does he wear? Beautiful buttons, exactly. And what sound does beautiful buttons begin with? What? They got it right. Beautiful buttons. Beautiful buttons begin with the B sound. Excellent. Okay, so today we're going to work on our letters, and Mr. B wanted to join me, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold up a picture of a letter person, and you say what letter it is. Pretty simple, right? Okay, are you ready? So let's see if you recognize these people. This is Mr. M. You say them out loud, okay? T. F. Oop, slippery. H. N. Look at their capital letters. A. Who's this guy? Right there. It's B. Mr. B. With his beautiful buttons. Z. P. S. V. E. Excellent. You guys are doing so great. I'm so impressed. L. D. G. Mr. Is this Mr. C? I thought I was Mr. C. Or not Mr. C. No, this is also Mr. C. C. I. O. K. W. Y. J. R. U. Oh gosh, you guys are doing great. X. The last one. Q. Mr. Quiet Mr. Q. Gosh, you guys did fantastic on that. Okay, now I'm going to play another game that's also going to use all of our letter people pictures. When I hold them up, I want you only to say what sound the thing that makes them special is. Okay? So, for example, Mr. M has a munchy mouth. Okay? What does munchy mouth begin with? What sound? Munchy mouth. Excellent. Okay. Mr. T has tall teeth, which begins with T. Okay. What sound? Mr. F's funny feet begin with his sound. Mr. H's horrible hair. The sound of horrible hair begins with Mr. N and his noisy nose begin with what sound? N. Miss A goes ah, ch, ah, ch. So At-you begins with a. Okay. Beautiful buttons begin with b. Zipping zippers on Mr. Z. Zipping zippers begins with z. Pointy patches. Pointy patches on Mr. P. Pointy patches begin with p, p, pointy patches. Mr. S, and he's wearing his super socks. And what does super socks begin with? S. Okay. Mr. V and his violet velvet vest. Violet velvet vest begins with what sound? Okay. Here's Miss E. She likes to exercise. Exercise. What does exercise begin with? Mr. L and his lovely lemon lollipops. Lovely lemon lollipops begin with L. Mr. D and his delicious donuts. Delicious donuts begin with D. Delicious donuts. D. Okay. Gosh, you guys, you're fantastic. I can't believe you know all of these. Mr. G and his gooey gum. What does gooey gum begin with? G. Hit a soft G sound. Gooey gum. Mr. C. Is this me? This isn't me, is it? No. Do we look alike? I'm Mr. C, but this is also Mr. C. We'll talk about this, Mr. C. Mr. C is made out of cotton candy. What does cotton candy begin with? Okay. Miss I, she has an incredible itch, and she is also an inventor. Inventor with her incredible itch. Itch. Inventor. Miss O is obstinate. Oh, but we know we've taught her that there's better choices to make, right? So she gets along with people better. Yeah, so she's made a lot more friends because she started thinking about her behaviors. But obstinate, right? Do we like it when she's obstinate? What sound does obstinate make? Ah. Okay. Oh, K. Mr. K, he likes to kick. He has a kindest kick. Okay. Mr. W has a wonderful wink. Wonderful wink begins with what sound? What? All right. Mr. Y yawns. Yawns. What does yawn begin with? Yawn. Yeah. Okay. Mr. J is made out of jumbled junk. Jumbled junk. What's the beginning sound for jumbled junk? J. There's that rascal, Mr. R, with his ripping rubber bands. He also started off not making a lot of friends in the classroom, but you guys did a great job teaching him how to make better choices, to not be so jealous, and to not rip his rubber bands at everybody. What does ripping rubber bands begin with? Okay. Miss U has an upsy-daisy umbrella. What does upsy-daisy umbrella begin with? Okay. Mr. X. Mr. X, he's all mixed up. What does X, what sound does X make? X. And last but not least, Mr. Quiet. Quiet, Mr. Q. What does quiet begin with? Quiet. Awesome. All right, fantastic job, you guys. I'm so proud of you. Mr. B's got a big smile on his face. We'll see you guys in the next video. All right,